Good evening, everybody. It's me again, Maui. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. So tonight is going to be a little different than what I planned. We had the postponement of the matches. We're going to do that match tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have two matches tomorrow. So right now, what I'm going to do is a little bit of a Q&A and a little bit of like a state of affairs with me, with Echo, with what's happening in Forest Park. So I'm excited to talk about some of that for the first half hour. Um, First, as always, we're doing our virtual shows because our season was canceled. So if you would like to donate, you can. I will bring up the ticker right now. You can donate at echotheatercollective.org /donate. That helps us continue to do what we do. We are struggling due to the COVID, as everybody is. And if you feel called to give, that is awesome. If you don't, that's cool too. Enjoy the funny. Um, Remember that next week we have our Echo Submit coming. That's going to be awesome. So we have two amazing plays, Lines of Duty and a monologue by Ray Vanek. Lines of Duty is by a wonderful man by the name of Andre Hogan. Very excited to see both of these done. I will actually be acting in the second piece, in the monologue piece by Ray Vanek, and it is fire. I'm super excited to perform it. So there's that. See what else we have going on coming up. We have more Echo shows. On Monday, I'm going to be talking to Isaiah Brandon about the march that's happening this weekend. So he's going to tell us how that went and the equity efforts happening, the racial equity efforts happening in Maywood. So be on the lookout for that. If you didn't know, today, myself with a few other Black leaders in Forest Park and some awesome allies, we launched Forest Park Against Racism. It is a new group that is going to commit to pushing for the change that we want to see in our community. In Pleasantville, as our guest on Monday called it, Dr. Ayanna Brown. Very, very excited. And our first thing that we're doing is this event on the bridge on Juneteenth. I'm going to pull up the event right now so I can read it proper. But we're super excited for this event. Let me find it here. Here we go. Forest Park Against Racism. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat if you have any questions. So on Juneteenth, it's called Juneteenth 2020. Get the exact wording. I want to make sure that I say it properly. I don't want to give you funky information. Here we go. Let me pull it on my other screen here. There we go. So Forest Park Against Racism is presenting on June 19th. Meet us at the bridge, and it's going to be an awesome event where we kind of do a couple different things. One, we're going to honor Juneteenth, right? We're also going to give out these protest signs with the names of our fallen. There will be volunteer opportunities, so if you like, if you click RSVP, you can get all the information there. There's a Google Doc that you can sign up if you want to help volunteer. It is a family-friendly event. We will be practicing social distancing while occupying the bridge. We'll have I will be emceeing, and we'll have the mayor of Forest Park speaking. We'll have some of our youth speaking. Our guest from Monday, her daughter Zawadi, will be the co-host of that. So we will be hosting together because it's so important to make sure that we have youth leaders front and center. So we're very excited about that. And yeah, and we'll have some other really fun stuff planned. I think it's going to be a really an awesome kickoff event to the anti-racism work happening in Forest Park. And I'm just in awe of the people that I have the honor to work with on that. So Sharonda says, glad to see the anti-racist work spreading to other communities. That's right. That's right. Sharonda, that's my sis right there. Ian says it's on his calendar. Thank you, Ian. So we have that going on. Very excited about that. And please make sure to like the new page as well so you can get updates on what we'll be doing. I'm sure there will be some town halls and in our future as we assess the needs of our marginalized communities within Forest Park. So there's that. What else? I thought I'd share some fun, interesting stuff with everybody today. My next big thing that I'm working on. So as a lot of you know, I recently had to break the news that I have left the Echo Center. I'm not sure what they're going to be calling it after I leave. I'm sure they're working on some awesome stuff, and I'm not really going to speak to that tonight. Just going to leave that alone. However, I will talk about some dreaming that I've been doing. I like to share that dream with all of you. So I've been working on, for lack of a better word, a production company to do culturally responsive content to give our marginalized communities, our Black and Brown communities, our differently abled communities, our LGBTQ communities, a platform, a bigger platform to share narratives, our narratives of the oppressed. That's going to take form in a couple different ways. So, one, this is the first time I'm really getting into the weeds with this, and it's probably early, but I like to bring people in on the dream from the beginning and get feedback in real time. But so the centerpiece for this would be a children's show. It's been something that's been kicking around in my head since, and as a lot of you know, the unfortunate loss of our daughter last year, the miscarriage that we had. We named her Ella. And so the first show that I'm working on is called Ella. And it is a way to honor her and a way for me to spend time with her and a way for me to interact with her. And the core of the show is a 4-year-old fictionalized version of Ella, who would be a puppet, and the relationship with her father, with her Black father. So a biracial Black girl of 4 and her Black father, and seeing her step into her power, seeing her learn to navigate the world, and seeing how the father, not only helps her navigate the world, but also learns from her. I want it to be not just something that tells kids like, you do this wrong, do this right, because that's not the case. I think that our youth, even at 4, have so much to offer, a unique point of view, a unique way to see the world that is untarnished from the muck and the mire of racism that we're inundated with. So I'm really excited for that. Beyond that, there will also be some programming for adults. I think after the COVID times are over, this show, the interview, the Echo Show, will probably move from being a thing that we do with the Echo Theater Collective to that new production company. We'll still continue to do virtual content for the Echo Theater Collective, and probably more just strictly focused on theater. But in terms of like me interviewing people or doing like trivia and stuff like that, that will be moved to this production company that I'm working on. Also, we're going to do a specific show that will be a deep dive on race and culture, kind of similar to Code Switch, but kind of a hyper local version of that. That's something that I've been dreaming for a long time. That will be part of that as well as one that kind of dives more into like fun, like like pop culture stuff, but it'll still be dissected across a Black, wider POC, and LGBTQIA plus lens. So that's just some of the stuff that we'll have planned on that, and there'll be more information on that in the coming months. But this is kind of the first time I'm really talking about it publicly, and so I'm super excited about that. I think that we have a really interesting opportunity to create some really awesome content for our community. And I think that while it is being made for our local uh, near west suburbs, Austin community, that's kind of where I'll look for stories and people to interview and talk to. I think that a lot of it will apply to a wider audience than that. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait to share more details with you as they come. So there's that. Yeah. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat as I ramble on for another 15 minutes or so until my contestants for the 9:30 trivia contest get in here. So I'm also looking for people that want to be a part of this. So if you are interested in content creation, if you're interested in helping tell, if you have a story to tell, if you need a platform to be heard, and you'd be interested in being on one of those shows, that'd be great. I am prioritizing Black people, other people of color, LGBTQ community, or differently abled communities, any of our traditionally marginalized communities. Those are the people that I'm looking to give a platform to. So yeah, so if you're of one of those communities and you feel like you have something to say, please do reach out to me. I would love to figure out how we could work together. As far as Echo is going, we're close to figuring out when our shows will go back up in 2021. So the season that we had planned for this year, Connections, which has now become Virtual Connections, is moving to 2021. We have 4 plays that we are doing in 2021. We're doing Exit Strategy, which was the show that I was in the process of directing when all of the COVID stuff happened. We have our Reverb Ensemble's Rhymers of Eldridge. We have Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which we were going to do for Pride weekend, and that was going to be a whole Pride festival. We're going to move that to 2021, and I think every year at Pride I'm hoping that will be a yearly event. And what that will be is over Pride weekend, a weekend long celebration of our LGBTQIA plus community. Vendors, artists selling their wares, supporting all of those businesses of people from that community. And there'll be entertainment throughout the day. Be a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna do that in 2021 still. And then the centerpiece of that season for me, the one I'm really looking forward to, that we're going to put a lot into to make it a really big production, is a sci-fi epic called the ARC Trials. I saw it at Mudlark Theater in Evanston, and the playwright happened to be there that evening that I saw it. And it was a piece that Mudlark had actually commissioned him to write. So we're only going to be, I think, the second theater company to do this play, and it's so cool. And it is about the intersection of environmental racism and youth-led movement. It is incredibly timely, even though it's set in our far future, maybe not that far. Yeah, it's really cool, and I have a lot of stuff planned around that. You should know that whenever we do stuff at Echo, we don't just do a stage production and then move on. we we do more than that. What we do is we use the production to shed light on something, to give a platform to somebody that has something to say about their experience in this country. But after that, what we always hope to do is to give you a tangible pathway to allyship. Um, so for me, the sharing of narrative is the first step. Second step is doing interior work, right? You know, got to get yourself right before you can help others and dismantle things. You have to know why, the why. Why are you doing this? Who are you? What is your identity? Figure that out. You know, figure out what you've done, because all of us have done something to somebody. Figure out your identity, figure out your privilege, dissect all of that, unpack all of that, reconcile with it, interior, so that you can do the exterior work. And one day I will open a physical center. And one day we'll have a space that's kind of tailor made for that entire process, from the sharing of the narrative, the interior work, to the exterior work and the activism, you know, and create this ecosystem. One day that will happen, and it will happen soon. I have no doubt of that. I know people were worried because when I made that announcement, I was sad, but it's okay to mourn. It's okay to be sad sometimes. I processed it. It's okay. Things don't always work out, but that's not the end. Sometimes, oftentimes, we need to fail before we can really start doing the thing. So, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a really really great 2021, regardless of everything that's happening right now. And this is going to be happening for a while. You know, I already see people talking about how exhausted they are. I already see people talking about, oh, this, this feels different. Well, we're only a couple weeks in. If we're going to do this again, if we're going to do our civil rights movement, if we're going to start this back up, we need to understand something. The civil rights movement lasted from 1955 to 1968. It's like 12, 13 years. You know, it's going to take a while. And it's not about politics. This is about humanity. This is about basic humanity. It's about relearning how we treat each other, specifically how white people treat black people. We got a long road ahead of us. A long, long road. Um, I'm hopeful that we can do something sustainable again, like we did back in the day. I'm hopeful that we can stay decentralized, so that our leaders don't get murdered. If everybody's a leader, they can't murder everybody. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we can do something really special. That's going to take a lot of commitment, and I have no doubt in my community. I've seen our communities. I've seen Forest Park do amazing things. I've seen Oak Park do amazing things. I've seen Austin. Austin is doing amazing things before all this happened. Austin coming together. Come on, man. Austin is killing it. Like, they're doing an amazing job right now, on revisioning their community on their terms. Maywood, Proviso East, the rebirth of District 209, community members coming together, saying, no, 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 no more. That's special. That's something special. People like Claudia Medina, Ned Wagner, Teresa Kelly, like, that's significant. And you know how many, like, white friends I've had say to me, like, like, when I say, like, oh, you should move to Forest Park. Oh, the schools. It's not cool. I don't know who's calling me in the middle of a broadcast. Um, but unless we invest in those schools and in these communities, they're never going to be able to rise up. If money is the fuel we've decided in this capitalist society, we need to invest in these communities. I have hope that we can do that. So yeah, here's to the future, here's to the bold future. Hello, Matthew. Good to see you. Hi. That's not the Matthew Broderick. That is a Matthew Broderick. This is a joke I always say to him. It's a Matthew Broderick, not the Matthew Broderick. Um, but if it was the Matthew Broderick, Matthew, I'd like to say that I really enjoyed your work in the live action Inspector Gadget movie. It was inspired. Probably your best work. You know, I don't know what else you've done. Ferris Bueller's First Day, Last Day. I don't know. It was okay, a little shallow, but your work on Inspector Gadget with uh, Academy Award-winning Michelle Trachtenberg. She won an Academy Award at an auction in Pomona, California. It was great. It's twice this week you've heard about Inspector Gadget. Well, it's your best work, sir. It's your best work. Just wanted to tell you that. I'm just being a little silly. It's just a little improv, a little riff on your name, sir. All in good fun. So what else? COVID is driving me a little insane. I miss being out. I mean, miss being able to like actually like interact with my friends. I miss hugging people. I miss hugging people a lot. This show sometimes feels like a hug, which is nice. Like when I get to talk to people, that feels like a hug. So, um, Matthew says that he asked a coworker for help yesterday. The supervisor says Inspector Gadget needs some help. That's funny. So yeah, the COVID times is it's wearing me down a little bit. But I'm keeping my energy up through a lot of activity and exercise. Um, I'll give you, that's the last thing I'll do with these last few minutes before we start the show. I'll give you my health update. So here's the check in. I went to the hospital September 21st and I weighed 467 pounds. I was diagnosed with biventricular congestive heart failure. Heart function was down to 15%. I could not sleep because there was so much fluid in my body crushing my lungs, and I couldn't walk more than a few feet without feeling like I was going to pass out. And today, I'm happy to say that I've lost 177 pounds, and I can walk upwards of 9 miles in a day or more if I wanted to, if I had the time to. And I've really embraced an active lifestyle, and it has been cool to see the gains I've been getting in terms of just being able to like be active and like not lose my breath or not feel like I was going to pass out. Every morning I get up, I do a 5K and walk, sometimes walk, run, sometimes more running than walking. I never thought that would be me. And that's been really, really cool to witness like that transformation of body and of mind and of spirit. And yeah, so that's been really, really fun. I got a new bike, this gorgeous vintage Schwinn that I just love. It's so much. It's so gorgeous. I got a helmet. I got some bike gloves. I'm getting the bike shorts with the padding on the butt because it makes the butt hurt, and the jersey and all that. So uh, yeah, I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm excited to be one of those people. I'm excited to go out on some long bike rides. That's a few people reach out to me, ask me if I wanted to go on a nice long ride, and I'm absolutely going to do that. And shout out to Michael Brasilau, I think I'm saying his name right. Lovely guy, friend of Paul Noble's, gave me this gorgeous, beautiful vintage Schwinn for free. And that's such a huge act of kindness. It's a bike that I could never afford. And yeah, and it's my baby. I'm taking suggestions for nicknames for the bike. Kate says I should call the bike Bessie. I had a few people on Instagram say I should call the bike Phoenix. I guess representative of my journey of rising from the ashes. I think that's a good possibility. But if you have suggestions, let me know. That'd be dope. So yeah. So there's all of my updates. We have a couple more minutes for my people who are going to come in here for the trivia contest. So while we're waiting for them, I'll just kind of run through what the trivia is going to look like. It's going to be this computer. I've got two computers in front of me. So the trivia tournament it's a 16-person tournament. We've done a couple of the matches so far, and we'll do another one once this tournament is over. So the rules are as follows. So in the first round, I'm going to give the competitors 8 questions. Each question is worth 1 point. The competitors will answer their questions by writing their answers on a whiteboard or a piece of paper in the 15 seconds allotted. Once the 15 seconds are up, they'll give their answer. They'll show their answer at the same time that they say it. That way I know that they actually came up with the answer. Round 2, each competitor will spin the wheel, or I'll spin the wheel for them. Here's the wheel with all of the categories for today. So we have Kevin Smith, Lord of the Rings, The Beatles, Jazz, Spinner's Choice, The Whedonverse, movie release dates, Mixed Bag Television, and Star Trek Television, and Opponent's Choice. So once they get their category, if they don't like it, they can spin one more time, unless they get Opponent's Choice. Second time, whatever they get, they have to take. They will get 4 questions in that category. Each question is worth 2 points in the second round. If they don't know it, they can ask for multiple choice, and the point value goes down to 1. They're stealing allowed in this round, so the competitor will get a chance to answer if the person answers incorrectly. Round 3, they'll give me 3 random numbers, and those numbers correspond to a category. The first question is worth 2 points. The second question is worth 3 points. Third question is worth 5 points. Whoever has most points at the end wins. If it's tied, then we'll go to sudden death, and I'll just ask questions in the first round format until they get it. And so one of them get it wrong, and one of them gets it right. There are 3 repeats that they can use. So if you don't know it, or you just need to stall to try and get a few more seconds to try and pull the answer in your head, you can ask for a repeat. You get 3 of those. Yeah, I think that's all of the rules. Oh, I guess that you could challenge if you think there's something incorrect. I will have a final say on that, though. If your challenge is successful, you'll keep your challenge. If it's wrong, you lose your challenge. So that's pretty much all the rules, and we're 1 minute away, so we should be good to go. Just waiting for my people to hop into the room, because we are about to go with a little bit of trivia. So I hope you guys enjoy the trivia tonight. Worked hard on these. I think they're some fun questions. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be able to talk for half an hour, but I did it. Did it, guys. It was awesome. It's good. I took a lot of this. See this? This was my prop from a show that we did virtually. It was filled with water. I did not drink all that vodka. I don't drink anymore, so yeah. All right, it's 9:30. Where are these guys at? Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. It's time to trivia. Oh, look at this. I think we have our first competitor in the room. A wild eland has appeared. Eric, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right. How are you?
I hear you.
Sorry, what?
You have no words, my friend.
Can't hear me?
You talk and nothing comes out. What up with that?
Uh,
Technical difficulties, folks. He's trying to get his sound working. We'll let him work on that. Hope you're excited today, Eric. Don't answer that. Don't answer that yet. This is going to be difficult if you can't speak. No, you're okay. Here, I'll put you in the green room while you figure that out. You can hear Eric? Oh, interesting. Eric, do me a favor.
you guys can hear me?
Leave and then wait. No. Don't leave. Let me try something. I know what it is. I know what it is, y'all. Eric, do me a favor and speak again.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, I did it. You know what it was? I had my second screen plugged in, and so it was trying to route the sound through my
Yeah, through the
television.
monitor.
Yeah. So
I
we're
had that
perfect
from
now.
the other day.
Cool. So we're all good. Now we're just waiting for Mike, who was late. I'm gonna have to dock him a point every minute he's late. So he's lost 1 point. I'm not really gonna dock him. I don't really care. So while we're waiting for him, how you doing, man? How's your quarantine shelter in place times going?
It's going all right. I'm able to work from home, which is pretty nice. So I've still had money coming in, thankfully. I'm a pretty introverted hermit-like person under normal circumstances, so I think I'm handling this okay. I'm all right with spending time here in my apartment, just me and my cat, who I think you can see in the background over here.
Yeah. So you probably just realized when you try to point to your cat that everything is mirrored.
Reverse, yeah.
Yeah. So if I point that, yeah, it's really weird. So if you want to point at me, point away from me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very strange. Marcus Fernucci says Mike is. There you go. Marcus says Mike is never late.
Uh-oh.
Well, hopefully he gets in here soon. Let's you know what? Let's live give him a call. Let's check this out. Here we go. Calling Mike now. Let's see what's going on with him. He's always on time with the drums. Yeah. Well, today, no, it's not my. It's no. What's not my tempo. Not my tempo. What movie is that from, Eric?
I don't think I knew.
It's Whiplash.
Oh, I never saw that.
You should see it. It's a good movie.
This trivia game's not off to a good start.
So Mike's not answering, so we might.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
I don't know. I never accounted for this eventuality that someone might not show up. We might have to do something different tonight if we can't get them. Hey, are you hopping on? I thought I did. No. He didn't click enter broadcast studio, y'all.
Oh, okay.
He has hit it now though. Oh my goodness. All right. We have a Quez now. Well, in theory.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Quez is loading.
There we go. How you doing, Mike? Man, you bet. Come on, man.
Quez is frozen.
Yes, all the technical difficulties tonight, I see.
Yeah.
Mike, can you hear me?
Hey.
Can you go somewhere with better reception? Could you have any worse reception? Oh boy. This has never happened. Well, no, it's happened once with Gavin. We couldn't get him going either. All right. Mike, we need you to try and switch rooms or something. Interesting. Okay. So here's what we're going to do while we wait. Those who are watching, I'm going to give you some extra trivia questions that I have here. We're just going to do some live trivia. So, all right, Eric, let's see. What should we give our audience while we wait for Mike to fix his issue? Let's see. How about... Okay. All right. What show featured Julia Louis-Dreyfus as the Vice President of the United States? There we go. There's a little trivia for the audience. Do you know this one, Eric?
I do. Yes. Oh, do we have?
I don't think so. I'm gonna put him in the back room until he gets that fixed. Let's see who gets this first, Eric. Oh, your sister got it first. Veep is correct.
Nice.
All right. How about this? Let's go. Okay. Who is the main character of the ABC show Boy Meets World? I need the full name. The main character of the ABC show Boy Meets World. Do you know this one, Eric?
No, I never really got into Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World is awesome. You're crazy. Yeah, he's still frozen. Yep, and he just disappeared, so I'm assuming he's trying to go someplace else in this room. Full name of the main character of Boy Meets World. Kadria gets it with Corey Matthews. Corey Matthews is correct. Okay, how about this? What year did The Lion King come out? And not the live action, but actually still animation Lion King. I'm talking about that OG Lion King. I believe that starred the star of Inspector Gadget. Matthew Broderick was in that, actually. Friend of the pod, Matthew Broderick. Oh, Mike's back. Hey!
Hey!
It's working.
Yeah,
It's working.
So I guess my Wi-Fi was
right,
not
Marcus.
good enough.
No, you're good. 1994, that's correct, Marcus. Okay. Without further ado, we got trivia times, and we're running late, so we're going to get it going now. 1994 is what it was, Kadria. Okay. You guys know the rules, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys have writing utensils? Okay, here we go. Round one. What is the first feature Kevin Smith made that is not a part of the Askew-universe? What is the first feature Kevin made that is not a part of the Askew-universe?
Is this to both of us?
Yep, you both write it down at the same time.
Okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's start with Mike.
Jersey Girl.
Jersey Girl is correct. Eric?
Jersey Girl.
All right. I should probably, with all of that time, have had my writing utensils ready to keep score. So that is 1-1. And Mike, guess what day it is? Hump day?
It is.
It is hump day. I've been waiting all day to say that to you. All right. Your next question. That first one was obviously in the category of Kevin Smith. Your next one is in the category of Lord of the Rings. What is Mary's full name? What is Mary's full name? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Eric?
Mariadoc Brandybuck.
That is correct. Mike?
I did not have that.
Oh, Eric draws first blood on Mike with a 2-1 lead. Hey, it's Ray. Ray is waving delightedly at all three of us.
Hi.
I'm waving back.
If I'd written down a prediction for this earlier, I'm like, at some point, Maui's going to ask me a character's name from Lord of the Rings, and Eric's going to know it, and I'm not. So
you should have like an
I'm
internal.
checking that off the bingo.
You should have like an internal like drinking game, and so like whenever I do things, I'll just see you like take a shot and be like, "What did I do to trigger that?" So, all right. Next up in the category of the Beatles, from which UK city did the Beatles originate? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Mike.
Liverpool.
Liverpool is correct. Eric.
Liverpool.
That is correct. All right, 3-2. Next up, who composed Take 5 in 1959? It's in the category of jazz. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Mike.
Paul Desmond.
Paul Desmond. I have Dave Brubeck as the answer.
He was the leader of the group. He didn't compose the song.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. Here we go. So that's going to be that's a challenge. Eric, what was your answer?
Well, I had Brubeck, but I couldn't remember his first name.
Oh, good old Mike Brubeck. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Sounds like the right
I think that might be his son's name.
Is it? Okay.
Here we go. Let me look it up.
His son has played drums with his group.
You are correct. It was originally composed by Paul Desmond and originally recorded by the Dave Brubeck Quartet. So Mike gets the point and keeps his challenge. Nice. Mike. All right, here we go. Next up in the category of Whedonverse. Which Buffy character was once known as William the Bloody? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Eric.
Spike.
Spike is correct. Mike.
Spike.
That's correct. We are tied 4-4. Next up, in the category of movie release dates. What year did Inception come out? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go with Mike.
2011?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Eric?
Yeah.
2009?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You guys are on both sides of it. It was 2010.
2010.
Darn it.
Yeah. Danced it.
Good guess.
Good game. All right. Next up, in the category of mixed bag television. Which popular television show was the most pirated television series from 2012 to 2019? Which popular television show was the most pirated television show from 2012 to 2019? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go with Eric.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is correct. Mike.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is correct. Krista, we do not type answers in the chat. And that's for everybody out there watching right now.
You know, the thing is, since we're not on the Facebook Live, we can't actually see what anyone's typing.
I'm going to say that you're correct, even though there is a way for you to. I'm not going to tell you how.
Can't see those.
In fact, both of you do me a favor and make sure you click on private chat or comments so that you cannot see that. All right, your final question in round 1. In the category of Star Trek. Who played Geordi LaForge on Star Trek The Next Generation? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Mike.
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton is correct. Eric?
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton is correct. That is 6-6 at the end of round 1. All right, round 1 is in the bag. We're tied. Now, you two are former teammates, former trivia teammates.
Yes, indeed, we are.
Yes.
Second guessers. How are you feeling going head-to-head against each other?
It's
Eric?
weird.
It's weird.
Well, the weirder thing than us being former teammates is that our spheres of knowledge are so common.
Yeah. It's going to be
Yeah,
That, like, when I saw the categories originally, I was like, oh, I could pick this one or this one or this one. It's like, you're going after Eric. I was like, well, he knows those as well as I do.
That's right.
Yeah, I had second thoughts about one of my category choices because
Did you second guess it?
Maybe I might have.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
That's a little inside
Thinking of
joke,
music
everybody.
category.
Their team name was the second guessers. So.
Oh well.
All right, so we're tied. So let's see, Eric. Since you were in first, I'm going to let you go first since we're tied. Do you wish to spin, or do you wish to defer to your opponent?
Go ahead and spin, I guess.
Okay, Eric's going to take his turn now. So here we go, and use the force, Eric. Ooh, Star Trek.
Okay.
Star Trek. Do you want to take that, or do you want to spin again?
I'll try it.
You're going to try Star Trek?
Yeah.
All right, that's surprising. Did not take you for a Star Trek fan. He's like,
I mean, somewhat.
all right. So remember, Mike, you can steal in this round if he gets it wrong. Okay. Remember, Eric,
And multiple
for
choice.
2 points, if you don't know it, you can go down to multiple choice, and then it'll be worth 1 point. Okay? But stealing is in play. Here we go. In what quadrant of the galaxy is Earth located? And 5,
I do
4,
multiple choice.
multiple choice. Okay. Your options are A, alpha, B, beta, C, theta, or D, delta.
Delta.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We're going to go to Mike. Mike, once again, your options are A, alpha. Okay. For the listeners, let me finish the options, but that is correct, alpha. All right.
I should have spun again.
I was shocked. I was like, "It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works for him."
Also, they mentioned Delta Quadrant and Gamma Quadrant on the show.
They do say that a lot.
You didn't mention Gamma.
No. I did not mention Gamma. I just went with Alpha, Beta, Theta, Delta.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, your second question in Star Trek. What is Captain Kirk's middle name?
Tiberius.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. Your third question in Star Trek. What is Picard's tea of choice?
Earl Grey.
Ooh, 2 more points.
Hot.
Okay.
Yes, tea, Earl Grey.
Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Yep. And your final question in the category of Star Trek. What is the name of the engine used for traveling at less than warp speed? And
Can I
5,
multiple choice?
4, multiple choice, sure thing. Your choices are A, impulse drive, B, sub-warp core, C, slip drive, or D, light engine.
Sub-warp core?
Sorry, that is incorrect. Mike, once again, your options are A, impulse drive, B, sub-warp core, C, slip drive, or D, light engine.
Impulse drive.
Impulse drive is correct. All right, so Eric did okay, but Mike did grab a couple points off of that right now. After Eric's round 2, we're looking at 10-8. So Eric still has a 2-point lead. Could open it up more depending on what category Mike gets. Let's see what
I'm nervous.
happens. Here we go. This is my favorite part of this. This is my favorite part. The Beatles. The Beatles.
I'll spin again.
Ooh, let me know your strategy behind that choice.
I'd say, I'm a B, C on the Beatles, but Eric might know some that I don't know.
Interesting.
I hope this doesn't backfire.
Uh-oh, and we've landed on opponent's choice. Opponent's choice, which means Eric, you can pick any of the categories for Mike, besides the one that we already did, which was Star Trek. So you have Kevin Smith, Lord of the Rings, the Beatles, jazz, Whedonverse, movie release dates, or mixed bag television. So this is an interesting choice because you got to leverage what you think he knows versus what you think you know.
I would like
and how hard you think the questions will be for him in relation.
Okay. I would like to choose Lord of the Rings.
I knew that's what you were going to pick.
I mean, I got it.
But I don't know that Mike's a slouch in that, so we'll see.
Yeah. Probably knows them.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
I was literally reading the cast list. The names are going to be the only thing that trips me up.
Wait, did you figure that he put Lord of the Rings on the wheel?
Of course.
Oh,
I mean,
I love it. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's that strategy, man. You know your opponent. This is why it's interesting that the two of you are facing each other. All right, here we go. Let me get. Ooh, this is exciting. Let me get my paper. All right, here we go. Number 1 in the category of Lord of the Rings. Who played Azog in the Hobbit trilogy? And
multiple choice.
Okay. Your options are, and I'm going to try not to butcher some of these names, Lawrence McClure, Tamura Morrison, C. Manu Bennett, or D. Taika Waititi.
I mean, if he's the bad guy, that's Manu Bennett. That's
Is
what
that
I'm going with.
That's your answer, Manu
Yes.
Bennett? That is correct.
All right. I just couldn't remember the character's name.
Woo, nice. All right. Number 2 in the category of Lord of the Rings. Who is the object of Sam's affection in the Ring trilogy?
Multiple choice.
Okay. And your options are A. Frodo, B. Lobelia Saxville Baggins, C. Rosie Cotton, or D. The Ring.
Rosie Cotton.
Rosie Cotton is correct. I also would have accepted Frodo.
Would you have accepted Rosie?
I would have accepted Rosie, yes.
Nah, I couldn't remember her last name. That's why I went multiple choice.
Becky, so the Lord of the Rings category encompasses all of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I just didn't want to write it all out on that tiny little slice, but on the category list, it's Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit. Yeah,
Somebody
I guess I could have just put Middle Earth. Yeah.
And then somebody goes, "What's Middle Earth?" It's like a category you don't want to choose.
All right, your third question in the category of Lord of the Rings, Mike. In which film does Arwen have a vision of her son?
Well, if I'm wrong, I don't want Eric to get 2 points, so I'll go multiple choice.
Okay. Your options are A. Fellowship of the Ring, B. Two Towers, C. Return of the King, or D. The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies?
Two Towers.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Mm.
Eric, so for the steal, once again, your options are A. Fellowship, B. Two Towers, C. Return of the King, or D. The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies?
Return of the King.
Return of the King is correct. All right. This is interesting. This is shaping up to be tight. Okay. And your final question, Mike, and Lord of the Rings. Which Hobbit fought in the final battle?
Final battle of what?
Of Return of the King. In the big war finish. Which I'm sure Eric could tell us the name of that battle. Eric, what's the name of that battle?
You talking about the Battle of the Morning?
Sure. Whatever you say, pal. Whatever you say, buddy. Right. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Okay, your options are A. Frodo, B. Sam, C. Merry, or D. Pippin.
Oh, right. Which is which?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Pippin.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Remember that you have repeat the question to get another 15 seconds. Eric, you can steal.
That was going to be my answer too, though. Are we sure about this?
I'm pretty sure.
Can I challenge?
Sure, you can challenge.
Yeah.
I will double check. So the challenge
I
is
said Pippin.
That Pippin is in the battle at the end of Return of the King.
Yes.
Okay. How did that pop up? Did I do that? Did I do that? That's weird.
Hi, Ray.
I did do that because I'm typing on the wrong thing.
Through a window.
Yeah, I'll just do it on my phone. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I never remember which was Merry and which was Pippin because they were always Merry and Pippin.
So I have the answer is Merry. Because he's fighting, he's alongside with Eowyn.
That's not the final battle, though.
Right?
That's the Pelennor Fields, which happens earlier in the movie.
Okay, so you're saying that there's a battle later. What was the name of it?
The Battle of the Moranin, or the Black Gate. It's the one where they're trying to distract all the bad guys while Frodo's trying to destroy the ring.
Battle of the Black Gate. And then we'll do Pippin and see if he is in it.
Problem with this is,
okay,
if I'm right, this is going to win Mike points, isn't it?
Yes, you are right, and it does, because it looks like though injured Merry could not go into battle at the Black Gate, Pippin did march as a soldier of Gondor. So, Eric, you are correct and gave Mike the point.
Thank you, Eric.
Which means that instead of getting a 2-point lead, you guys are now tied at 11.
Okay.
So, very tight. Very tight.
Very tight.
Okay. So, here we go. Here's what happens now. You guys are going to give me 3 numbers. You're tied, Eric. So I'm going to let you go do the numbers first. Give me 3 numbers between 1 and 8.
3, 5, and 8.
Okay. and 8. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. And Mike, your 3 numbers?
641.
Okay. 6. Oh, okay. Probably help if I put numbers next to them. Okay. And 6, 4, and 1?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, very interesting.
I like how we get to choose, but it's random, so it doesn't matter what number.
All right, here we go. Interesting. Eric, your 2-pointer is in the category of jazz.
No. Okay.
All right, so for 2 points, who co-composed The Girl from Ipanema with Stan Getz? And 5, 4.
Bacharach. I don't know.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Mike, there is no stealing, but do you know the answer?
Antonio Carlos Jobim.
All right, I guess he does.
I mean, it was my category.
It is your category.
I only got to answer one question.
And okay,
That
so
was
we're
why
gonna
I
move.
let the Lord of the Rings round play out on yours. That's one of your question.
So we're gonna move to Mike. And Mike, your 2-pointer is in the category of Lord of the Rings. All right, here we go. Who commanded Pippin to sing while in the King's Hall at Minas Tirith?
Oh God, what's his name? I hate the names in Lord of the Rings.
And 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Who commanded Pippin to sing while in the King's Hall at Minas Tirith? And
It's
5,
the Steward of Gondor.
4, 3, 2,
I don't remember his
1.
name.
Oh, time's up. The answer was Denethor. Sing me a song of it. Eric, what does he say when he's asked to sing?
We have no songs for great halls and evil times. Something like that.
I believe Denethor says, like, nonsense, like, why should your songs not be fit for these halls?
Yeah.
Sing, Hobbit, sing.
Sing me a song.
Okay. So we're gonna go back to Eric. Man, this is interesting. Eric, your 3-pointer is in the category of movie release dates.
Okay.
Movie release dates. So your 3-pointer, I should say. So for 3 points, in what year did the film Crash come out? And 5, 4, 3, 2.
2007.
Sorry, that's incorrect. It's 2004. 2004. All right.
I'm glad I didn't get that one.
Yeah, moving to Mike's 3-pointer. Mike, your 3-pointer is in the category of mixed bag TV. Okay. In the category of TV, what franchise, I should say, had 4 different shows set in Las Vegas, Miami, New York, and in cyberspace?
CSI.
That is
Crime
correct. Ooh, okay. So Mike is 3. Let's put you up by 3. So Eric, here's the situation. In order to stay alive, you have to hit your 5-pointer.
Okay.
Okay, so if you get this right, you stay alive. You force Mike to have to answer his 5-pointer. If you get it wrong, Mike, you advance to the next round. Eric, your 5-pointer is in the category of Whedonverse.
Okay.
And the question is, who sneaks onto the ship? Sorry, in Firefly, who sneaks onto the ship in the episode Objects in Space? I need the full name, sir. Remember, you still have 3 repeats.
Can you repeat it?
In Firefly, who sneaks onto the ship in the episode Objects in Space?
I can picture the character now. I don't remember the name though.
You still have 2 repeats. 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, repeat it, I guess.
I can. You have 1 repeat left. Who sneaks onto the ship in the episode Objects in Space?
I don't know.
4.
Saffron.
And your winner, Quez.
Well done, sir.
Well played, Eric. I
good
did not know his
game.
name either.
What is
game.
the character's name?
He's my favorite character on Firefly, Jubal Early.
That's
Yeah.
Jubal Early.
I would have gotten it for multiple choice.
I can picture him. What the heck is his name?
Jubal Early. Whoo.
What was my last category?
So that's why this was interesting. That's why I was like, because I felt like both of your first 2 like were not really in your wheelhouse necessarily, possibly, and like mixed bag like could potentially be in your wheelhouse, but it could be anything, you know.
Right.
But both of your 5-pointers were your strengths. So you had Whedonverse, Eric. Mike, you would have gotten Kevin Smith. So that I thought that was very interesting. That was a very, very good match. I think Eric more than
Good game, Eric.
that he is very good at.
That could have gone either way.
It could have gone either way. There were some opportunities. Maybe the lights got to them a little bit. I think he could have gotten that. That was a great game though. It was a great game.
I don't know as much about Star Trek as I thought I did.
I was shocked that you went with Star Trek instead of spinning again. Was there something you were afraid of?
That it would end up on Jazz, which I know absolutely nothing about. I was like, Star Trek, I might know some of them, which I did.
Yeah. I had the same gamble. Beatles, I would have done okay, but
Yeah, but then you got that opponent's choice. But you navigated very well. I'd say like both of you navigated categories that you weren't necessarily like super comfortable with very well.
If Eric had chosen movie release dates for me, I'm awful at dates.
I am too.
I'd have been like 2005, maybe. It would have been 5.
Okay, I'm okay at dates. I'm okay, but I'm not great at it. Like dates are like probably like the weakest part of my like game when it comes to movie trivia. So that's the game, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we didn't finish too far after schedule. Thank you so much, Mike. You're moving on to the next round. Congratulations, Eric. I hope you hop in on the next one.
Sorry for the delay.
No problem at all. No problem at all. So thank you everybody so much for being here. Once again, I'm going to mention that if you enjoyed the show, if you enjoy what we're doing at the Echo Theater Collective, to please donate. The donation link is scrolling below echotheatercollective.org/donate. The next one will possibly be tomorrow. So I'll explain real quick for those who tuned in late. Last week, because of everything that's happening in the world, we made the decision to postpone, and so I'm kind of pulling a new schedule out of my butt. So we're gonna, kind of reschedule some stuff, and I had a second match was supposed to be at 9 today, but due to some personal issues, we had to delay it. So I have 3 out of the 4 parties confirmed for tomorrow. So if the fourth one says yes, then we'll have 2 matches coming tomorrow evening to make up for it. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that. And they're going to be some good matches. I'm really excited about the categories they picked, as well as the random draw on the other 4 categories. So it always starts at 9. It always starts at 9, Chris. So the Echo Show, every time it plays, it goes at 9 o'clock. So last thing I'm going to ask you too, Eric, I'm going to ask you for, out of these categories, what 2 did you think Mike put on the board? I think you said one of them.
Jazz, I'm assuming, was one.
Jazz was one. What was the other one?
I'm trying to read them.
So you had Whedonverse, movie release dates, Mixed Bag, Star Trek, Kev Smith, Lord of the Rings, The Beatles, and Jazz.
Maybe the Whedonverse?
No, that was a random draw. He picked Kev Smith.
That would have been my other guess. Yeah.
What about you, Mike? What do you think? What 2 do you think he did?
I mean, Lord of the Rings, obvious, but
Obviously.
if it wasn't, I would have thought either Whedonverse or Star Trek. So now I'm not sure at all.
It was.
Mixed bag?
I'll tell you, it was neither of those.
Right, I know.
So your guess is Mixed Bag? That's incorrect. It was the Beatles.
Ah.
But then, like I said, I was like, wait, this is a music category. Maybe this is a bad choice.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do 2 movie ones, so I was like, maybe.
No, that was good. Good strategy, though. Good strategy, both of you. I thought that was very well played. Hope you guys had a good time playing.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Matt.
We'll do it again soon. Also, we're going to do some more trivia. I'll tell you this. I'm going to log off. Everybody, and all things, Echo Love. Good night. Bye.